Ice, ice, golem. Ice, ice, golem. It's too cold. It's too cold. What's up, YouTube? Man, we are having a good morning. I wake up and I got the 150 gem pack ice golem, and we are ready to use it. Didn't get it yesterday. When I was grinding some challenges, had a 12 win chest open, and I didn't even get. I think I got like one or two or something like that. It was ridiculous. But the 150 gem pack, it does get you to a level 6, and we are going to get into some matches. So this deck is really good. Some of my clanmates are like, oh, it's garbage, blah, 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 blah. And then I was looking around, and I found an interesting deck. And we're going to go on ahead, and we'll take a look at it real quick. But we do, it's, look at that, we have 3 legendaries. But this deck is so much fun, guys. I've had a really good time playing with the Ice Golem. Total blast. It's complete distraction, and it's a complete defensive card. You can also use it offensively. The best way I've seen to use it is do a hog push if you want to use it offensively. So yeah. So anyway, we had a weird starting hand. I just feel like all these hands are kind of weird starting hands with this deck. But the whole key here is just to play it slow. So I put the Ice Golem in front of the Princess. That didn't work out. He drops that, and we go on ahead and rock it. Now we're about the same level. Now this guys is the Giant and the Prince deck. We beat a bunch of decks, but for some reason this morning the Miner has been really super hot in the grand challenges. So yeah, I dropped an Ice Spirit in the back. Probably shouldn't have done that, but I didn't know what to do, to be honest. We just gone ahead and play everything slow from the back. Went ahead and pushed the other lane since I didn't want him building up a giant push on us. Literally a giant push, pun intended. Alright, so we go ahead and put our Mega Minion down, and now we distract with the Ice Golem. And as we can see there, we're going to end up taking a pretty decent amount of damage, but do whatever you got to do to combat the Giant and keep him off of you. So as you guys can see, not winning the battle right now, but that's fine. So yeah, so he puts down his guards. We're going to go on ahead and drop our Princess on the right side of the tower, so he's going to push right since we have more damage on the right side. And also try not to give him value with the poison. He didn't have his poison up, so we go on ahead and drop our Ice Golem in front, Hog behind it, and this push is going to be dead in the water. We're not going to end up taking it down, and I put the Mega Minion down and the Ice Spirit. So we're going to keep the P alive so we can go on ahead and maybe get a couple shots off before he decides to do something. So we got 1 shot, 2 shot. And the only thing he has right now is a Giant. So he's wanting to get a whole push together. He's not been able to pump. This is a fast deck. It's a 3.1, and that's with the rocket, guys. So he's still kind of confused. He's still trying to get his big, huge push going on here. We send a log thinking that we're going to be able to take out the guards and push them back, which would have been really awesome. Unfortunately, that did not work. Now he's having to defend 2 lanes, and now he puts down another Giant. Joy, joy, joy. We have not seen his Mega Minion, but the Ice Golem ends up shutting down that whole push on the left side. Didn't want the Mega Minion getting any hits over there, so we put troops into the center. So we go on ahead and distract. We got a Princess down. Of course, he's going to poison us. And he almost takes a tower here, guys. At this point, though, he's thinking that, hey, we're going to push. Sometimes people forget about a card, especially when it is played early. We go on ahead and put down a log for defense, and we put down our Ice Golem, and that is the game. I mean, it was just defend, defend, defend. And really, that whole game, I really didn't have a strong push except for, I mean, like a huge giant push. It was just a chip away, and we did have the Hog and the Ice Spirit the one time he put the Giant on there to split up his pushes. So that's kind of the key here, is to kind of, get things going in 2 different lanes, and that's always going to work for you, especially this. My first try this morning, I got to, I made it like to 10-0, and then I lost like 3 games. 2 of the games, they had a Lightning and Arrows back-to-back in a Lava Hound deck. So let's turn down my volume a little bit. It seems a little loud. Sorry, headphone users. So we're kind of waiting to see if he's going to put down his pump here. Hoping to get some value right off the back with a rocket. Obviously, he's using a miner deck here. Didn't know. So we go on ahead and do a slow push in the back. We put our ice golem down, and at this point, I'm not sure what to do, so we go on ahead and throw a rocket out on the Inferno. So yeah, that works. So now we got a hog. Not sure where his elixir was standing, so we went ahead and we got a push going here. He's still playing pretty slow. Nothing aggressive yet. And yeah, so he's trying to just kind of defend here and get this. I really feel like the ice golem needs a buff, so whenever it explodes, it needs to be able to take out a horde with an ice spirit. I think that would make it very valuable and make it a even better card. But yeah, I wasn't sure if the princess was going to lock onto the horde, so we went on ahead and put down the ice golem to distract on the right side. And what that's going to do is aggro actually the troops over into the other lane. So that gives you even more time for that miner to do a lot of damage. The miner does not do a lot of damage by itself. It needs support troops or a poison to really to get any kind of substantial amount of elixir-worthy trade. So guys, I know it's we went ahead and did the Inferno again, but we're gonna get we got 2 axes off, and that's a good amount. That's a hefty amount of damage. So he saw that we use our rocket, so he goes on ahead and pumps, and we're just gonna kind of wait and build back up our elixir to see if we can get a push back in. I know that he has the miner, and I was just kind of waiting for him to attack. So we go on ahead and put down the ice golem, hoping that he was going to lock onto that. If not, the ice golem I thought was going to take some damage. So we go on ahead and put that on there, and now we're just trying to distract the minion horde. Burned a lot of elixir, definitely positive. But this guy is playing very, very cautious with me. He knows that I got a hog deck, and he's just trying to play slow and pump up. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to go on ahead and rocket his pump. We don't want him getting an elixir advantage, especially with a fast and speedy deck like his. I knew that the guards were going to come, so we went ahead and took care of that with the log. Put down the ice spirit to take care of the half-dead guards, and that was it for him. So we got our princess coming, and I've noticed too that whenever I put in the lane opposite where I'm pushing, that the princess is getting a ton of chip damage. So you can end up switching that around. So now we still have the lumberjack. He's still going to be able to get about 1 axe in there. And now we got our hog trying to get him into the rage. Sent the predictive log in. We were not able to get the ice spirit, but we were able to still inflict a little bit of damage. Pretty even right now. But we went on ahead and sent a rocket. Yeah, that was a little dicey, but all I needed to do at this point was either to get some princess chip damage or send the log as we were doing that. Log is a great card, great defensive card, and buys you an extra second or two if you need a chance to put down some defensive troops to get down your ice golem and everything else. So far, I imagined at 2 elixir costs that the ice golem was going to be a super good card for for the miner decks or for the hog decks, and I can imagine they could be also working. I originally thought that was going to be it, and then when they kind of came out, I'm like, well, this could be the death to the giant deck. The giant could actually use this against the Inferno. It could probably get in there and tank a little bit, but I really like the Ice Spirit and the Inferno and the Ice Golem deck as well. So we just went on ahead and distracted over here. We didn't want to die by a miner. That kind of slows everything down. And I did not want to lose the tower to an archer and a mega minion, so we went on ahead and just kind of distracted with everything we got. And the whole point here is to not be too aggressive, and as soon as I say that, I'm going ahead and being aggressive. We did the log here, sent it out before it actually exploded. We just kind of anticipated the tombstone exploding. So we're going to go on ahead and drop our princess down to help take care of the archers. But for some reason, she doesn't lock on until an hour later when it would have been dead anyway. So kind of a pointless there. Maybe I should have put it on the right-hand side to avoid some of the chip damage. Maybe I shouldn't have even used it at all. So whatever. So we go on ahead and put on our Mega Minion. Now we are going to distract with the Ice Golem, and that's going to take care of his push, guys. As you saw in my last video when I did the Lava Hound deck, the Lava Hound and the Mega Minion, it's just so good, guys. So we go on ahead and put down our Lumberjack. Lumberjack is going to terrorize everything that's in sight. I mean, I love it. I love seeing him just go to town on the guards. It's awesome. You see him live through the guards and everything else. So he just used his tombstone. So we sent in a hog because we knew that he did not have any kind of defense besides that. Maybe some minions, whatever. But yeah, so that was it. That was easy breezy. Now at this point, all that we have to do is defend, and we're gonna be okay. At the same point, you know, of course, he has a lightning. So this was the problem that I was running into. Another deck, which was really nice to beat because he did have two of my counters here, and the Mega Minion's a big part of my defense. He's going to go on ahead and take a tower here soon. I don't know why he would drop a Lava Hound here. That just does not make sense. Maybe he just knew that that was going to be able to take care of his troops, you know. But hey, that's awesome because we go on ahead and push the other lane. I put the as you can see there, I put the Ice Golem into the center lane. It's going to be able to distract everything there. And yeah, so this was the first time us seeing the Horde. Kind of freaked out a little bit. Didn't realize that he had a Horde. So at this point, we're just kind of throwing down everything we can possible. And that lovely, the lovely stun from the freeze there was able to give us enough time to get down Lumberjack and distract. We just kind of threw down everything we needed here. So we go on ahead and put some troops in the center here. He's got his Lava Hound, so it's going to be a base race. Lava Hound doesn't do too much damage, so at this point, all I needed to do was get down a rocket, or that push was going to be enough. Give him a thumbs up. It was a good game. Well played on his part, but it was nice to finally beat that deck because it was countering mine. So I haven't got a ton of games into this. I just got it this morning, made my cup of joe, my mocha choca, whatever, and we went ahead and got into that. I don't know why I had 2 views on there already. I closed the clans up. So this is going to be our last video. I believe this is the minor control deck, a very good deck that is used to beat a lot of the giants. It's also it's a cheap cycle deck as well, and you can inflict a lot of cheap chip damage in here. But this is a heavily used deck right here. So at that point, I probably should have went on ahead and sent the log in. And could have made this a little bit cheaper. Like I said, still kind of new to the deck. And you know, I didn't get a 12 on it right off the back. I thought I was going to go 12-0 right off the back, but it didn't happen the way that I wanted to. But I was trying to mix up some varieties in here of all the different decks that I played, not to really showcase the wins, but just to showcase the different gameplays versus the mixture of all the different decks. But yeah, just depending upon the deck, things are going to work a little bit differently. And certain cards you might use a little bit more. I've even had to use rescue rockets where I was rocketing a musketeer earlier and a mega minion and a giant push. I mean, that was all I had. I didn't have anything up, and that was just kind of the push that it was. It annihilated his support troops, and then I was able to get down to Lumberjack, and I took down the giant very easily. I think he got a little bit of damage. I got a little aggressive here, went on ahead and went for his pump, but we were able to inflict some damage, and it actually was a good move because looking at his elixir here, you know, that's where it is. So as you guys can see, I was aggroing the troops. So pretty much my theory and my philosophy on all of this here is this is kind of like the beefed up 1 elixir skeleton is what I told my girlfriend earlier today. She was like, well, you know, what do you use with it? Because she actually got to like level 7 before I did. She got it yesterday. She had like a magical chest, and I think she got the 150 gem pack deal. Not 100% certain how she got it, but I'm pretty sure that was it. But I think she got a ton in the super magical chest, and then I think she got the deal. But I almost logged into, almost went and got on her account, and I was like, hey, let me play on that. But I was lucky enough this morning to get it, and we were able to do it this way. So. Yeah, so this deck is really good. I mean, it's not, don't be aggressive with it, guys. This is just play the defense, chip away, and just kind of respond to whatever he's got. That's what his deck's all about, is being responsive to what I got. So it's kind of 2 counter decks type deal. Well, not really counter decks. His is more of a counter deck. This deck actually has a solid push to it. What you could do is, as we see here, is get the ice golem in front. That didn't work out exactly. The hog was behind it, and then it got all a little excited and jumped in front. So we went on ahead and sent out the rocket, secured the W. But a great push on this deck would be to get the ice golem slowly in the back. Defend a little bit. Princess on the right side lane. You get the hog behind it, or a lumberjack, maybe an ice spirit, and just kind of get after it that way. But this deck is awesome. It is so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have some other suggestions or ideas or something that's working out for you with the ice golem, I'd love to hear it. Drop it in the comment section. If you want to see something else, go on ahead and suggest those as well. So thanks for the sub. And once we get to 400 trophies, once we get to 400 subs, I'm going to go on ahead and throw out a 10,000 gem tournament and for everybody. So make sure you guys are following me on Facebook. That's Final Boss Clash. That's also my tag on Twitter, or my handle on Twitter. I can't talk this morning. You guys know what I'm talking about. Final Boss Clash is, and it's also my Twitch whenever I do stream, since Camcord is no longer available. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe. If you liked the video, throw up that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one.